Hello, great people. The boat driver assaulted by a member of the House of Representatives that is representing Abia State, Honorable Alex Mascot Uguechi, has been identified. The boat driver has been identified by Very Dark Man, and Very Dark Man interviewed the boat driver. He narrated everything that happened, and in a moment, we'll be playing the video. So I want you to listen attentively to what the boat driver, who has been identified as Stephen Abuwatsea, what he said. He gave like a detailed narrative of what happened, what transpired between him and Honorable Alex. So we'll watch the video, and when we watch the video, I have some things to say about the Nigerian police force. I have some things to say about Nigerian police force. But first, let's watch the video. Let's watch it.
Video, please. Okay, so after the video, he called some police officers. I don't know the division they were assigned to.
Okay.
And then they bundled me to the station. I wanted to drive the car. They said no, I should not drive. So two sat beside me, and I was in their middle. And then they drove me down to the station.
Okay.
When they drove me down to the station, they said I should go inside. As I had calls, they didn't allow me to take my calls.
Okay.
So they were not asking what happened. They didn't ask me. They were asking people that were not there, the police officers. And then the police officer quickly said, I went to Honorable's house and I was fighting the Honorable. I kept mute.
Did you show them the video?
I have not shown anybody the video as at that time. Okay. They've not even the security person that came to bear witness as at that time have not seen the video.
Okay.
As at that time. Okay. So they now referred us to crime, that we should go to crime. So we went to crime. The man was not asking what happened. As I was explaining, initially I didn't explain. The man now said he cannot actually hear from one side. The other person has to come to actually give his own side of the story. And then the police officer said, when they said I fought him, they now said no, they should go and bring the man. Immediately his security man now called him, and they passed the phone to the IPO that was in charge of the case. And then the IPO was now talking to him on the phone and stepped out of the office where we were. And after some time, he came back and said he wants to go and do investigation at the Honorable's house.
Okay, the IPO left you at the station.
At the station.
To go. Which station was this?
Metama police
station. So it happened within Metama.
It happened within Metama.
Okay, so the IPO left you at the station and went to the Honorable's house. Okay.
And then after they kept me there for over 2 hours, I was behind. I was at the counter. I was not detained though.
They kept you behind the counter.
They kept me behind the counter. And then after 2 hours plus, he came back, and then he was now like, why did I record the video?
Why did I now change
He was not trying to change the narrative. And I asked him, is there a part of the law that says I cannot record what somebody is doing to me? He was becoming a threat to me. And I had to take evidence so that people will know where I am.
By this time, was the honorable member there?
He wasn't there.
He was at home.
He was at home. So then I gave me a form to fill, to write my own statement as to what happened. As I was writing, the honorable now came. And then when he came, he started talking and he was shouting.
Even at the station?
Even at the station. He was
calling you names?
Calling me names. Like, I still kept mute and I was looking at him. So my colleagues were talking to him. Me, I've already had my own fair share of trauma from him. I don't want to actually have any engagement or any encounter with him. I just went to one corner and I sat down. And I was listening to everything he was saying. All the names he was calling me, you common boat driver, you're a poor man, you have pride in your poor, you have this, you have that. I kept mute. I said, so the problem you have now is a poor man cannot speak, that I'm in Nigeria, and I shouldn't be treated as a foreigner in this country. As I'm from Delta State, and I cannot be treated, I cannot have you treat me like a foreigner in my country.
Now, when did you leave the station?
I left the station at about, I think some minutes to 3 or so.
Where's your car?
My car is still at the station.
So the police collected your car?
They collected my car.
And you left the station this morning?
I left the station.
Was the honorable member detained?
He wasn't detained.
They let him go?
They let him go.
That's really, really sad. Now, I want to ask you a question. The woman that sent you that message, do you know her name?
I didn't know her name per se.
Do you know her business name?
I don't know her business name. It was a request. But I think I checked from my boat app. I think the last request that came in when I tried calling from the app, it was, I think, Gloria.
Gloria?
Yeah.
Because she said something in that video. She said something like, and do you know who he is? She was also supporting him. That's why I'm asking you that if you know who she is. Now, what did you go and deliver to him? What even really happened? Just give me a brief summary of what happened before that video.
Okay, before the video, I actually got a request from both.
Okay.
Right? I was closing already because I needed to resume work this morning at 8:30.
Okay.
So I was closing at 9:10. I said, let me just quickly go home so that I can have enough rest. So I got this request to Metama. I felt it was a normal request. And then she told me, no, that it's not a request, that I'm picking something up from her, from a garden.
Okay.
Right? From a garden.
Which garden?
I don't know the name of the garden. She just described the garden that after Kado roundabout,
Okay.
you will see one orange color container, and then there's a garden beside it.
Okay.
So I just quickly went there, packed. The girl just came without wasting time, brought the package. That it's a snail. I said,
Snail.
okay, snail, yeah. So she dropped it. It was the girl that brought it and dropped it on the seat. She understood that part.
Okay.
I was like, okay, there's no problem. I'm going. So on getting to the man's house, I called him. Okay, I'm at your gate. He now said, okay, I should give it to the security man. They gave it to the security man. The security man explained where the house address is. So I drove down to the house. On approaching, I called the man again. I said, Oga, I'm here. He now said, I'm not here. That if you're here, I will see you. So I drove. He now said I should park beside one camel. When I parked beside the camel, I saw him. But I didn't know he was the one. So I saw him seated few meters away from my car. So I greeted, good evening, sir. He didn't respond. Good evening, sir. He didn't respond. So I presume he is not the one that I'm supposed to deliver this thing to. Okay. And since he didn't answer, the next thing is for me to call the person that has this package. The next thing I dialed the person's number, and his phone rang. And then the next thing he was like, are you stupid? Are you mad? Are you a fool? Bring my stuff for me. I was not happy at the way he talked to me because I was doing my professional job, right? I was not happy. So I was like, okay, this thing you're saying to me, it has not gotten to it. Normally, I'm not even supposed to bring this thing to you. You are supposed to come and pick it yourself. Yeah. That was the only thing that got him angry. You're asking me to come to your car to pick my stuff? Are you okay? Do you know who you're talking to?
It's okay. I can see the anger on your face, don't worry. The truth is that Nigeria is for everybody. Nigeria is not for one person. If an honorable member will be treating people like this, then just imagine what the president is supposed to do. Now, I need to remind you, we are all clamoring for the youth to come to power. See this one now, youth. I always say something. The youth are looking for a better... They are not trying to make this country better, a lot of them. They want to get power to do worse than these people because they have a better way of hiding this evil than these old men in power. But nevertheless, the man does not have immunity. I just discovered that he's not a senator. So we'll actually pursue this case. And I believe that the law will take its course. We'll go to... I've heard a lot of things about Maitama police station, which I'm not going to say. But I believe in the new commissioner of police that have been moved here. Commissioner of police DC. So this case will be reported to him directly. And I believe that the law will take its course. So don't worry. You said you're not feeling well.
Not feeling well. He hit me on my chest severally. He was just hitting me on my chest, and I stayed mute. I was looking at him. So when he was becoming much of a threat to me, initially I did not record because I didn't go there with intention of fighting. If I went there with another motive, I would start recording from the very beginning. It was when he was becoming a threat, when he said he would pay 50 million naira and then they would delete me. And look at me, this cheat. He was just calling me all sorts of names.
You pay 50 million and they will delete you.
He will pay 50 million naira to somebody, to people, and then they will kill me and nobody will say anything. And when I noticed this thing is becoming what I never expected, I quickly brought out my phone
and you recorded.
And I started recording.
Don't worry, we'll go and write a petition and we'll take it on. Oh, Allah, more to go.
There you have it. You see, in this Nigeria, if you don't have money, you don't have power, your family is not connected, make I advise you, just go and look for another country. You understand? Just go to maybe Togo or Ghana or something, because if those three is wrong with you, that you don't have money, you are not connected, and you don't have any strong link, you don't hold any big position in the society, just relocate to another country. Because Nigeria is a society that is for the rich, whereby people like to just oppress. And the people that you look up to for justice, the police, sometimes the judiciary, they don't really give that justice. Now, a boat driver was assaulted, and the member of House of Rep, Alex Igweche, had the effort to call the police. He was the one that assaulted the guy. By the way, if you missed my first video, right, try and catch up with it, where I did a content analysis of what transpired. I did a content analysis and critical review of the video of where Stephen, the boat driver, was assaulted by Honorable Alex. So do well to check my video and catch up with it for you to get insights on that. So this one, I want to focus it a bit on the Nigerian police. They called you in, you detained the guy, and the honorable member could not even come to the station. Look at it, oh. You went and meet him at home first. The IPO went to his house. They had a discussion, you understand, private discussion. Whereas the man, the Honorable Alex, is supposed to be at the police station together with the guy so that they can both hear from them, so that in case he's telling any lie, the boat driver can debunk it. But that did not happen. They went to meet him at home. You understand, all those rich man privilege. They gave him the privilege, and when they met him at home, the police left. They didn't even arrest him. He now came to the station, you understand, at his own time. And when he got to the station, as if the police station is not government property, as if it is his inherited property, started making noise, started abusing the guy, and the guy did not caution him. Upon that, I haven't realized that the guy slapped the something, and I think maybe the police may have watched that video. They still detained the guy to, like, I think the guy said 3, whether 3 a.m. or 3 p.m., I don't know. To make matters worse, they have denied the guy his source of livelihood. So you want to ask yourself that Nigeria is a society that makes you look stupid when you are a responsible citizen. Must everybody be a bandit, a terrorist, or a kidnapper before government will have sense? Must everybody be like that? If that guy now had been one maybe notorious bandit or something, they go dey fear am. Look at Bello Tuji in, I think, Zamfara or something. Look at it. So why is it that we just like to oppress and intimidate ourselves for no reason? And you have collected the guy's source of livelihood. Maybe he has wife and children. You want to keep them hungry, despite the fact that he has been assaulted. That's why you see that so many people, after so much frustration, injustice, they just go into crime. They just give up. That will all die and I die. I'm not into crime. They are assaulting me. Let me go into crime. Unfortunately. So it is very sad. I think, the police could have behaved better if this issue had not come to public domain. Now, so the guy for just, receive beating for free. And I read in the paper that the police are not happy with Very Dark Man because he recorded that video that you just watched with that guy. Come on, Nigerian police. You are not happy because that guy said some things that is against the conduct of Nigerian police officers. So rather than for you to be unhappy, why not probe the IPO? Why not probe the DPO? Why not bring them to justice anyhow they have heard? So why are you angry with Very Dark Man? I said it in one of my past videos that I made about this guy. I said, Nigeria, the guy just needs a little bit of brushing, a little bit of intelligence, you understand? He needs a little bit of too sharp in the way he does his advocacy. But Nigeria needs a lot of Very Dark Man. Imagine if we have Very Dark, as we have Very Dark Man, and we now have very orange man, very blue man, very purple man. Definitely Nigeria will be better for it, because in this Nigeria, if you don't get money, you know no person. In fact, now die you day. So I just hope that justice will come the way of this guy, and maybe out of this, his life will change. Maybe Nigerians will kind of like have interest in him and show him some love. And maybe the honorable guy too will be kind of like kind enough to, apologize. I think he should be humble enough to apologize and kind enough to show the guy love. At least give him some transformation. See the big jeeps in his compound. At least show the guy love. You understand? Let the guy feel happy so that all this won't go in vain. And I hope the House of Representatives will caution their member, and at the end of the day, things will go on well. It's been an interesting time with you on this episode of Politic with Dr. Omoshola Deji. Dr. Deji is a political scientist with a PhD in political science, and this is where we analyze politics and happenings in the polity. Do well to subscribe, do well to catch up with my past videos, and of course, I want to see your comment, and do well to turn on the notification button as well, because I've got great videos lined up coming your way. Till I see you again, of course, very soon. I'm not always far from you. You already know that I love you all sincerely.